Hello, Immigration Nation. Today, I will give you an update on the processing times for important forms for your immigration journey corresponding to March 2024. Let's start. Remember that you can find all this information on the USCIS website, which I will leave you in the description, but today I will make it simple for you. Let's start with family information. Form I-130. First, for the category of permanent resident filing for a spouse or child under 21. In California, you will find a time of 39.5 months. National Benefit Center, 64 months. Nebraska, 28 months. Potomac, 32.5 months. Texas, 36.5 months. Vermont, 34.5 months. All field offices, 74.5 months, while more than 6 years. For U.S. citizen for a spouse, parent, or child under 21, the time is in. All service centers, 14 months. National Benefit Center, 53.5 months. I know, big difference between offices. All field offices, 51 months. U.S. citizen filing for unmarried son/daughter 21 or older category. California, 78 months. While it's not the most encouraging time, it's better to wait than not to proceed. National Benefit Center, 69 months. Nebraska, 22.5 months. Potomac, 46 months. Texas, 46.5 months. Vermont, 48 months. All field offices, 86.5 months. What a long wait, but at least there is a date. Category for permanent resident for unmarried son or daughter 21 or older. California, 73 months. National Benefit Center, 73 months. Nebraska, 43.5 months. Potomac, 43 months. Texas, 49.5 months. Vermont, 70 months. I know, a long time, but it could be more. All field offices, 83.5 months. You see, the wait could be longer. For U.S. citizen filing for a married son or daughter category. California, 87.5 months. National Benefit Center, 65 months. Nebraska, 46.5 months. Potomac, 46 months. Texas, 49 months. Vermont, 48.5 months. All field offices, 114 months. Wow, more than 9 years? Finally, U.S. citizen filing for a brother or sister category. California, 46.5 months. National Benefit Center, 68 months. Nebraska, 22.5 months. Potomac, 42.5 months. Texas, 45.5 months. Vermont, 49.5 months. All field offices, 83.5 months. A long wait. Remember to stay positive. Now for our I-131 form. For re-entry permit of refugee travel document category. In Nebraska, 17.5 months. Advanced parole category. California, 12 months. National Benefit Center, 9 months. Nebraska, 5.5 months. Texas, 17 months. Vermont, 9 months. Form I-918. Petition for a non-citizen who is a victim of qualifying criminal activity and their qualifying family member. All service centers, 64.5 months. Yeah, I know. But remember that at least there is a date. Form I-914. Category of provides temporary immigration to non-citizen victims of trafficking. Vermont, 17 months. Next, Form I-730. Petition for accompanying family members of an asylee. All service centers, 29 months. Form I-601. Waiver of grounds of inadmissibility. Nebraska, 22.5 months. All field offices, 22.5 months. Form I-601A. Provisional waiver of unlawful presence. All service centers, 43.5 months, more than 3 years. Form I-212. For permission to reapply for admission after deportation and removal category. Nebraska, 22.5 months. All field offices, 24 months. Next, Form I-821. Afghanistan. Vermont, 8.5 months. Burma. California, 5 months. Cameroon. Nebraska, 11.5 months. El Salvador. Texas, 12.5 months. Vermont, 16 months. Re-registration in El Salvador. Nebraska, 4.5 months. Texas, 9 months. Vermont, 3 months. Haiti. California, 8 months. Honduras. Vermont, 13.5 months. Honduras re-registration. Vermont, 4.5 months. Nepal. Nebraska, 25.5 months. Nepal re-registration. Nebraska, 20 months. Nicaragua. Texas, 13.5 months. Nicaragua re-registration. Texas, 7 months. Somalia. Vermont, 7.5 months. Somalia re-registration. Vermont 8.5 months. South Sudan. Vermont 13.5 months. Registration for South Sudan. Vermont 2 months. Sudan. Vermont 9 months. Sudan re-registration. Vermont 2.5 months. Syria. Vermont 10 months. Syria re-registration. Vermont 13.5 months. Ukraine. Nebraska 12.5 months. Venezuela. Potomac 14 months. Yemen. Vermont 11 months. Yemen re-registration. Vermont 5 months. Form I-821D. Renewal. Nebraska less than 3 months. Finally, great news. Vermont 29.5 months, a big difference between offices. Request for deferred action. California, this processing time is based on how long it takes USCIS to complete 80% of adjudicated cases over the past 6 months. Vermont, it's the same situation. You will have to wait at least 6 months. Form I-485. Remember that I will show you the waiting time in New Jersey since that's where our law firm is located. Employment-based adjustment applications. Mount Laurel, New Jersey, 22 months. Newark, 22 months. For family-based adjustments. Mount Laurel, New Jersey, 14 months. Newark, 17 months. Based on grant of asylum more than 1 year ago. All field offices, 32 months. Based on refugee admission more than 1 year ago. All field offices, 31 months. Based on approved T visa. Vermont, 34.5 months. Based on approved U visa. Nebraska, 22 months. Vermont, 28 months. Now let's proceed with employment information. Form I-765. Based on being an H-4 spouse of an H-1B non-immigrant. In California, 3 months. Nebraska, 4 months. Texas, 4 months. Vermont, 3.5 months. Based on being an L2 spouse of an L1 non-immigrant. In California, 8 months. Texas, 9.5 months. Vermont, 30 months. Based on being admitted as a refugee. Nebraska, 4 months. Based on an approved asylum application. Nebraska, 5.5 months. Texas, 12 months. Application for suspension of deportation. National Benefits Center, 16.5 months. Based on parole. National Benefits Center, 3.5 months. Alien with final order of deportation under an OSUP. National Benefits Center, 4.5 months. Based on being an H-4 spouse of an H-1B non-immigrant. In California, 4.5 months. Nebraska, 6 months. Texas, 7 months. Vermont, 4 months. Based on a request by a qualified F1 academic student. Potomac, 3.5 months. Based on an approved, concurrently filed. Nebraska, less than 3 months, great time. Vermont, 128 months, based on a pending asylum application. All service centers, 16 months. Based on a pending asylum application, C8. All service centers, 1 month, good time. Based on a pending I-485 adjustment application. California, 5.5 months. National Benefits Center, 7.5 months. Nebraska, 3.5 months. Texas, 10 months. Vermont, 9.5 months. Based on TPS for El Salvador. Texas, 11.5 months. Vermont, 3.5 months. Haiti extension. California, 8 months. All other applications for employment authorization. California, 15.5 months. National Benefits Center, 11 months. Nebraska, 9 months. Potomac, 13 months. Texas, 3.5 months. Vermont, 15 months. Next, Form I-526. In the category China. Mainland-born for use by investor who wishes to immigrate to the United States. If you apply at the Immigrant Investor Program Office, the time will be 86 months. For all other areas for use by investor who wishes to immigrate to the United States. All Immigrant Investor Program Offices, 56.5 months. Form I-751. Removal of lawful permanent resident conditions. For California, 22 months. Nebraska, 19 months. Potomac, 32.5 months. Texas, 28 months. Vermont, 24 months. All field offices, 32 months. Form N-400. Application for naturalization. Mount Laurel, the time is 9 months. Form N-600. Application for recognition of U.S. citizenship. Newark, 18 months. Mount Laurel, 13 months. Form I-829. Removal of lawful permanent resident conditions. Immigrant Investor Program Office, 66.5 months. Really? Form I-360. All other special immigrants, like special immigrant juvenile petitions. California, 1.5 months. Nebraska, 11.5 months. Vermont, 30 months. For VAWA, your available option is all service centers with a time of 37 months, yes, more than 3 years. As for religious workers, California, the time is 7 months. For Afghan or Iraqi translators and Afghans or Iraqi who worked for on or behalf of the U.S. government, your option is Nebraska within 4 months. Finally, the I-140 form. In the category of extraordinary ability, E11, your available centers are Nebraska with 19 months. Texas with 22.5 months. For outstanding professor or researcher, E12. Nebraska, 6.5 months. Texas, 8 months. Multinational executive or manager, E13. Nebraska, 8.5 months. Texas, 9.5 months. In the category of advanced degree or exceptional ability, E21. Nebraska, 5 months. Texas, 8 months. If your case is skilled worker or professional, E31, E32. Nebraska, 5.5 months. Texas, 7.5 months. Or if your situation is unskilled worker, EW3. Nebraska is 5 months. Texas, it is 20 months. Yes, a big difference on time between these two. In the category of advanced degree or exceptional ability requesting a national interest waiver, NIW. In Nebraska, the waiting time is 10 months. Texas with 10 months. Now, for the category of scheduling and nurses. In Nebraska, the waiting time is 6.5 months. Texas, it is 6.5 months. So, Immigration Nation, remember to stay positive and be patient with the dates. If you have any questions about your immigration process, do not hesitate to contact us. We will be happy to help you. Remember, we are in this together. Until next time.
Hey, did you like the video? I invite you to watch another video where I share more tips on how to protect your reputation as an immigrant. Until next time.